What is a connection between learning English and learning how to ride a bike? You don't learn them by studying. You learn them by doing. So in this class, I will tell you how you can become a confident and fluent English speaker by doing 5 simple things. My curated list of books, podcasts, blogs and other resources for you to improve your English speaking. And by the end of this video, you will find a clear roadmap on the confidence to take leaps on your English learning journey. So let's get going. Hey, this is Chetna and you're watching ChetChat. Welcome to day 15 of the 21-day English speaking course. And it's a Friday once again. In today's video, we will discover how we can learn English by doing a few things each day. Simple things to become a confident English speaker. Remember how you learned how to ride a bike? You tried every day. You fell so many times. But you got up and tried again. Fell a few more times. But as you practiced every day, your balance improved and slowly you became a confident and more successful bike rider. Until finally one day, riding a bike seemed very easy. Same way for learning English. You know, this might surprise you, but my mother did not know any English growing up. She learned English after she got married because she didn't want to feel underconfident. And today she speaks quite fluently. I hope that makes you feel that if she could do it, so can you. And now for the 5 basic things to do. Habit number 1, reading. They say that the journey of a lifetime begins with the turning of a page. Surround yourself with books, both physical and digital. Read for 30 minutes every morning and 30 minutes before going to bed. But the question is, what to read? Read any content of any genre, as long as it's in English. But if you don't know where to start, then I've put together a few resources here for you. Books, blogs, and even comic books. Let's begin with the 5 books that I recommend. Number 1 is Harry Potter, the entire series. Perhaps the most magical way for you to improve your English. I have read some of the books over and over again. Watch the movie, go back and read the book again. 2 is Unhurried Tales by Ruskin Bond. This book has some simple short stories that you're going to enjoy. 3, Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri. A very relatable story and an easy read. Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl, an adventurous fantasy book that you might finish in one sitting. An Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I quote from the book, "There is only one way to learn. It is through action. Everything you need to know, you have learned through your journey." Just like learning English by doing 5 simple things. And by the way, do leave me a message right now telling me about your favorite books. Okay, so maybe you don't like reading books and you're looking for some short reads online. So I've compiled a list of the top 5 blogs that you can read on a weekly basis. BBC Learning English. Learn the language of food, wine, tips for writing essays, and read hundreds of stories. I love their 6-minute English series followed by questions. World of Wanderlust. If you like to travel, then you can go around the world while learning English with this blog. Tiny Texts. This blog was created by Annette from Scotland, who has taught English for about 20 years. Each blog post is a paragraph which you can listen to and also find a takeaway test. JamesClear.com, the writer of the book Atomic Habits. This will not only teach you good English, but also give you the most amazing productivity hacks. And finally, your one-stop shop, ChetChat.in. You can get all the transcripts and free downloadables from our 300 plus videos on this website. So read while you learn. Hey, by the way, are you someone who doesn't enjoy reading books or blogs? And perhaps you're thinking that this is some kind of punishment? No. How about comics? You can try out these 2 apps for online comics. Comixology, Amazon's comic book app, will let you read comics like a movie. and Marvel Unlimited, the app where you can read new Marvel comic titles every week. Another app which is totally free is Cake. Many of my students love it. Reminder, I'm not promoting any app here. These are the resources that I have tried out myself. So if you know any other good free resources, then do suggest them to us in the comment section below. Okay, whatever you like to read, there is no excuse for not taking out at least 1 hour every day. And before moving on to habit number 2, I want to give a shout out to Shyam Sundar for leaving this super sweet message on our last video, which got so many likes from you. And if you want a shout out in my next video, leave me a comment below with the hashtag ChetChatters. Habit number 2, listening. Listening and writing down what you hear helps improve vocabulary and pronunciation. But very often the problem is we don't find fluent English speakers around us to talk to or listen to us. Now here is my curated list of top 5 podcasts that you can listen to. Choose any free podcast app. You could choose Google Podcasts, Spotify or iTunes and browse through the selection. And if you're looking for 5 podcasts to start with, here's my list. At number 1, The American Life. American Life is consistently ranked as the most popular podcast in the United States. With hundreds of episodes and thousands of stories, you'll dig into the American accent and life. Effortless English Podcast. If you like books, you're going to enjoy these episodes. Several books are discussed here, including 7 Habits of Successful People, Lord of the Rings, and Alchemist. And there's also an episode on Gandhi as well. At number 3 is Freakonomics Radio. Freakonomics Radio is an award-winning podcast that explores the hidden side of everything. This podcast will give you some current and interesting topics to talk about while practicing English. At number 4 is the Scientific American Podcast. Learn about science, technology, sustainability, and so much more while improving your English pronunciations. And finally, the podcast I hear a lot is The Hidden Brain by Shankar Vedanta. It uses science and storytelling so you can learn about human behavior while you learn English. I'm also sharing a link to our video which has many more useful resources for you to explore. Keep a diary where you note down interesting words you heard and remember to use them during the week in some conversation. In addition to podcasts, listen to English songs, watch sitcoms on OTT, and also watch English movies. Try keeping the subtitles off so you really focus on the listening. Now, this video will give you 6 movies to watch to improve your English. Habit number 3 is writing. Writing will help you put it all together. Sentence construction, spelling, vocabulary, grammar, and ideas. You could write a blog, write a diary, or even a book. The trouble is, we don't know what to write. I suggest set aside a fixed time slot every day. Let's say 30 minutes. Sit with your pen and paper and just write. Water does not flow until the faucet is turned on. Pick any idea, thought, or any topic that you believe could make for good conversation. Write a 250-word article every week. Or perhaps you could write a summary of a chapter from a book that you finished reading, or summarize a podcast that you heard in your own words. And if you have a friend who's also learning English just like you, show them your work and let them critique it. And this next one is what worked for me. Make your own personal word bank. Let's say today I came across the word zealous. Now, I look up the meaning to find out that it means to have an active interest or enthusiasm. The next thing to do is to make a sentence with zealous, like, she was most zealous in performing her duties at the local fundraiser. And try using it this entire week. You know, my school friends still make fun of me trying to use the same word in every sentence for a full week. Habit number 4. Speaking, the final frontier. After all, it was all about becoming a fluent and confident English speaker, wasn't it? Here's a cheat code. There are a few topics on which we need to speak on most often. What if we prepare these topics beforehand and rehearse them to give us that initial boost? Here are some suggestions. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your family. maybe describe your daily routine, what are the goals you have in life or your aim in life, or describe some memorable moments or maybe a trip that you took recently. Talk about your childhood, what do you do to stay fit, or maybe how your life has been during COVID times. And when you're ready with your speech, say it over and over again to yourself in the mirror. It takes hours of practice to sound like an effortless and natural speaker. Record yourself, replay it, spend 1 hour every week just to listen to your own voice and compare this with perhaps an original clip that you've heard somewhere and the pronunciations that you heard there, compare those to your own. When you start doing that, you will absorb even more from all the listening, reading and watching, and soon it'll all start coming together. Habit number 5, remove the fear. The biggest obstacle to becoming a fluent speaker is the fear of mistakes. Have faith. Daily practice will build muscle memory and you will get progressively better each day. But don't give up and make this a daily habit. Remember how you learned to ride that bike, or in fact anything in life. Mistakes are the stepping stone to learning. In fact, the most valuable thing you can ever make in life is a mistake. And you can't learn anything from being perfect, can you? So I hope you found this video useful. So how about you press that little like button and the subscribe button, and wish you a lot of happiness and joy in this journey to becoming a fluent and successful English speaker. And happy learning!